There's a specific kind of compliment that sounds lovely but is actually a scar. You probably heard it when you were 7 or 10. An adult looked at you and they smiled and said, "Wow, you were such an old soul." Or, "You are so mature for your age." And at the time, you beamed. You stood up straighter. You felt proud. Because in a world of chaotic children, you were the one who had it together. You were the one who could be trusted. You were the one who didn't need a babysitter. But now that you are physically an adult, that compliment doesn't feel like a badge of honor anymore. It feels like a heavy backpack that you have been carrying for 30 years and you have forgotten how to take it off. If you are the person who organizes the group trip because nobody else will do it right, if you feel guilty when you sit on the couch for more than 20 minutes, if the idea of play makes you feel anxious because it isn't productive, then this is for you. You aren't just type A or a control freak. You are an adult who never truly had a childhood, the little CEO. Psychology has a name for this.
It is called parentification. It sounds technical, but the concept is simple. It is a role reversal. Ideally, parents provide the emotional stability and children consume it. But in your house, the flow went the other way. Maybe your parents were dealing with addiction, depression, or a messy divorce. Or maybe you were the eldest sibling in a chaotic house and you were drafted into the army of keeping things running. You didn't just have chores, you had responsibilities. You weren't just washing dishes, you were managing the emotional temperature of the living room. You learned that being good didn't mean being kind. It meant being low maintenance. It meant fixing problems before the adults even noticed them. So you grew up fast. You skipped the messy kid phase and went straight to little CEO. And while that served you well back then, it has some very strange side effects now that you're grown up. Let's look at the 3 distinct types of the adultified child, and I want you to see which one makes you laugh or wince. Type 1 is the crisis addict, the fixer. This is the most common type. If you're a fixer, you are unparalleled in an emergency. If the kitchen catches fire or a friend breaks their leg, you don't panic.
You descend into a state of icy, beautiful calm. Your heart rate actually drops. You start barking orders. Get the water, call 911, clear the schedule. You are amazing in a disaster. The problem is, you are terrible at peace. When things are calm, you get twitchy. You find yourself scanning the horizon for smoke. It's too quiet, you think? You have lived in survival mode for so long that your nervous system thinks safety is boring. Or worse, safety is the eye of the storm. So you subconsciously create little fires just so you have something to put out. You overcomplicate projects, you find drama in your friend group, because at least chaos is familiar. Type 2, the fun averse, the grim reaper of joy. This one is a little harder to admit.
If you are type 2, you have a very complicated relationship with the concept of fun. To other people, fun is fun. It's relaxing. To you, fun feels like stealing. It feels like negligence. If you sit down to play a video game or read a trashy novel, a voice in your head starts a lecture. You should be doing laundry. You have equated value with productivity because when you were a kid, you were only praised when you were useful. You weren't praised for just existing. So now, even your hobbies have to be productive. You don't just go for a walk. You listen to an educational podcast so you're optimizing the time. You don't just cook dinner. You meal prep for the week. You probably consider organizing your spice rack alphabetically to be a wild Saturday night. And hey, a quiet spice rack is nice. But be honest, are you organizing it because you enjoy it? Or because if you stop moving, the guilt will catch up to you? Type 3, the soloist, the I'll do it myself. And then there is the most stubborn type, the soloist. If you are this person, the phrase, "Can I help you with that?" triggers a physical fight or flight response. You cannot delegate, and you certainly cannot appear weak.
Because in your childhood, asking for help meant you were a burden, or the person you asked would mess it up anyway. So you developed a fiercely independent streak.
You are the person carrying 8 grocery bags at once, cutting off circulation to your fingers, refusing to make 2 trips, while your partner asks, "Do you want a hand?" And you hiss, "I've got it." You view needs as a weakness. You view dependency as danger. You are the friend everyone leans on, but nobody knows. But at least it's under control, right? The missing file. So why does this happen? Why can't we just shake it off? Imagine your brain is a computer. During childhood, you are supposed to download certain files. Files like howtoplay.exe. But your hard drive was full. It was filled up with survival.exe and managemomsemotions.doc. You didn't have the bandwidth to download childhood. So now, as an adult, you have this massive, powerful computer that can run a Fortune 500 company, but when you try to open the file for relaxing on a Sunday, you get a 404 error. File not found. It's not that you can't relax. It's that you haven't installed the software yet. The reclaiming. The good news? It is never too late to download the update. You can have a childhood now.
In fact, you must. This isn't about regression. I'm not telling you to start sucking your thumb or throwing tantrums. Please don't do that. This is about reparenting. It is about treating yourself with the kindness and leniency that you never got. Here is how we start. Practice useless joy. This is your homework. You need to find one hobby that has absolutely zero productive value. It cannot make you money. It cannot make you fitter. It cannot make you smarter. It just has to be fun. Buy Legos. Seriously, go buy a Lego set intended for 10-year-olds. Get a coloring book. Watch a cartoon you used to love. Lie on the floor and listen to music and do nothing else.
When the guilt voice says this is a waste of time, talk back. I am not wasting time. I am calibrating my nervous system. Teach your brain the world won't end if you stop working. Resign as general manager. This one is harder. Stop managing others' emotions. If your mom is sad, you don't have to fix it. Say, "I'm sorry, Mom," and go back to your life. If your partner is grumpy, let them be grumpy. Retire from the job of fixer. Hand back the responsibility. It will feel terrifying. You will feel cold, but you are simply respecting their ability to handle their own lives. You are freeing yourself. Be bad at something. The adultified child is usually a perfectionist, so the cure is intentional mediocrity. Start a painting class and be the worst one there. Try to bake bread and let it burn. Prove to your inner child you can make a mistake and you will still be safe and loved. The resolution. To the old souls, to the little adults, to the ones who held it together, you did a good job. You survived. You got everyone to the lifeboats. But the emergency is over. The ship has docked. You don't have to be the captain anymore. You don't have to stand watch tonight. You have earned the right to be silly. You have earned the right to be messy. You have earned the right to just be. So take off the suit of armor. It's heavy and it's rusting and you don't need it for where you're going next. Go find a puddle and jump in it. Subscribe for more.